Hi, this is Pete the Tech Guy, and I'm here today at the City Hall in my hometown, Fitchburg, where I've lived all my life. Now, as you may know, yesterday I covered the GOP convention to pick a new chairman, and I've written some rather interesting things about it this morning as my first story. Well, what happened there reminded me of one of my favorite movies, El Cid. It's from 1961, stars Charlton Heston, Sophia Loren. It's a great action story and love story and so forth. And frankly, yesterday's vote reminded me of it. Although everyone is talking about party unity, everyone is thinking, especially the Tea Party activists and like, that something is rotten in Denmark after the first vote and the attempt to steal that election. Everyone who talks to me tells me that Kirsten Hughes is a wonderful woman. I've met her twice, I've interviewed her twice, I've seen her at the forums. I've seen nothing at all to contradict that opinion. But that regardless, unless the activists, the people who will hold signs, the people who will go out and do the heavy lifting that makes a party work, are convinced that the GOP is going to play straight with them, regardless of what's said in public, you're not going to be trusted as a party. If you can't. So, if you can't, bottom line, if you can't convince people who are currently in the party that the party is honest and worthwhile, you're not going to get new people. Now, the problem is, how do you convince the activists? How do you convince the people who I interviewed that don't trust you anymore? Well, I figured the best way to illustrate this problem is to convince me. So, we're going to take the camera off me. This is my party enrollment form. As you can see, as of today, I've blocked out my address because it's nobody's business. As soon as this video is over, my voter registration is going from GOP to unenrolled. GOP? You have to win me back. You have to earn my trust after last night that you're going to be straight. When you convince me, I'll come back here to City Hall and I'll change that back. Now, you're probably going to still get my vote a lot of times because the Democratic candidates have not been all that hot. But if you expect to convince other people, if you expect to grow the party and convince people that you're going to do right by them, you got to do right by the people who are already there. So here's your example. You've got a whole year to convince me. I wish you the best, and I hope you can. This is Pete the Tech Guy signing off.